Welcome back to Gentle Herb Living, friends. Today we're diving into a topic that so many of us get excited about: raised bed gardening. It's a favorite for beginners and seasoned growers alike. But while raised beds are beautiful, manageable and productive, they can quickly become frustrating if you're making certain key mistakes. So let's talk about the 4 biggest raised bed garden mistakes that beginners make and how you can avoid them to keep your garden thriving. Let's start with mistake number 1: poor soil choices. A raised bed isn't just a wooden box filled with dirt, it's a living environment for your plants. Many beginners make the mistake of filling their beds with plain topsoil or garden soil. The result? Compacted soil that drains poorly and doesn't nourish your plants. Your raised bed needs a well-balanced mix. I always recommend a combination of organic compost, coconut coir or peat moss for moisture retention, and perlite or sand for drainage. Don't forget to add some aged manure or worm castings if you want a thriving, nutrient-rich base. Mistake number 2: overcrowding your plants. It's tempting to pack a lot into a small space, especially when those seedlings look so tiny and full of promise. But remember, each plant needs room to spread its roots and breathe. When you overcrowd your raised bed, plants compete for nutrients, water and sunlight. You'll get smaller yields and are more likely to see disease and pest issues. Follow spacing guides for each plant. And if you're unsure, it's better to leave a little extra room and let your plants thrive rather than suffocate. Now on to mistake number 3, neglecting drainage and water flow. Raised beds generally improve drainage, but only if they're built and filled properly. I've seen folks line their beds with plastic or forget to check whether their soil is draining at all. Always test drainage before planting by soaking your bed and watching how quickly water disappears. If it lingers on the surface, you may need to add more coarse materials or sand. Also, consider where your bed is placed. Avoid setting it in a low spot where rainwater collects. You don't want soggy roots and fungal nightmares. And finally, mistake number 4, not planning for sunlight or access. One of the most avoidable, yet common mistakes, is placing your raised bed in the wrong spot, too shady, too close to a wall, or somewhere that's difficult to reach. Most vegetables and herbs need at least 6 to 8 hours of sunlight a day, so, scout your garden carefully. And think about how you'll access the middle of the bed for weeding and harvesting. If the bed is too wide and your arms can't reach across, you'll end up compacting the soil by stepping in it. So keep those walkways and bed widths in mind. Raised bed gardening is such a joy when done right. It brings order, beauty and productivity to any space, from backyard plots to tiny patios. And by avoiding these 4 beginner mistakes, you're already well on your way to success. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Gentle Herb Living for more practical gardening wisdom. Got your own raised bed tip or learning moment? Share it in the comments. We're all learning together out here. Let's keep growing naturally, wisely and with love.